What's up, guys? Nevin Dravinsky, producer on UFC Undisputed 2010, coming to you from the famed Black House Gym, once again in an undisclosed location somewhere in Los Angeles, California. I'm joined here by Mr. Ed Soares, co-owner of the Black House Gym. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
We're going to talk today about some of the improvements and enhancements to the UFC Undisputed 2010 career mode. I think what you'll find is a much more immersive experience, much more representative of what real fighters go through. We have weigh-ins, a lot more interviews. We also have this concept of starting rivalries, and you get to kind of pick a fighter voice, and throughout the interviews you can decide what kind of response you're going to give about your opponent, about your sponsors. I mean, Ed, you've been a manager for a long time. You've kind of gone through this. I never really get any sort of antagonistic feelings from your guys. Is it just absolute confidence that these guys have?
Definitely is confidence, but I just think that all of our guys are really good guys, and they're, all of the guys I manage, I tell people all the time, it's more like a family. It's more a group of guys that there's no one that I manage that I wouldn't let stay at my house.
The game will actually track how you actually proceed in the game. If you're a guy that does a lot of head kicks in the game, eventually your opponents will start taking you down, or going to the ground, trying to exploit your weakness. Rogan and Goldberg might call out like, the guy's knocked out his last 5 opponents via head kick, so you can't use the same game plan over and over again. And with your guys, what's the thought process that goes on there?
All the guys like to watch a lot of the fights. Some guys like to watch it less than others, but most of the time all the coaches are always paying attention a lot to their previous fights. Every fight is different. A perfect example would be the last fight against, Cain Velasquez against Rodrigo. We really thought, even though he was knocking people out, he was really using his wrestling. So we thought that he was going to come in, and Rodrigo really believed that he was going to take him down. And he came in with the wrong strategy, and obviously Cain came in with the right strategy and won the fight.
So much like in the real UFC, we give players the opportunity to train at different camps. This year it's not boxer, wrestler, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu guy. You're just learning specific moves, and you go work with members of these camps to get these moves. So for example, if I'm in heavyweight, I work with Junior on boxing, and I work with Nogueira on my Jiu-Jitsu. And as a result, I'll get these specific moves that I'll be able to apply to my fighter.
So in career mode, on top of being able to create my own fighter, I could create my body type, my weight class, what brand shorts I wear, what sponsors I have, and then I can also choose what camp I want to go train with.
Correct. And all of these things get unlocked in tiers. When you first start out in your career, nobody knows you, nobody wants to sponsor you, But if you fight better, if you start winning, people will start to recognize you, notice you, and want to offer you stuff. You've had like a long career in history with these guys and kind of watched them all grow up.
They came from all different places. Lyoto, he got his first fight in the U.S. here, was in the WFA.
And what a great segue. In our career mode, we have this aspect of where instead of, jumping right into the UFC, you actually start off your fights in the WFA, much like Lyoto, and then at some point, if you perform well, you actually get to move up into the UFC. And I think they got a little taste of some of the features in the career mode for UFC Undisputed 2010.
I think so.
For the full interview, go to community.ufcundisputed.com.